Are you currently where you want to be in your football career? Are you constantly seeking new advice on what training to do, or which drills are the best, or how much the pros actually do train? These are all great questions that indicate that you're an ambitious player who are serious with what you want to do with your football. However, sometimes it's the questions that we don't yet know how to ask which are the ones that are going to be the most valuable to us. We all know that training is important if we want to move on to the next level of our careers. Whether it's going to the pitch to work on our skills or go to the gym to build the strength and the muscle that we need. But why? Why are we actually doing this, and what is it that actually improves us? Today we're delving into 5 different principles and concepts that took me from an aspiring player to a professional. No matter if you're a passionate player with dreams of going pro or simply someone looking to elevate your game, these 5 football training principles are about to become your secret weapons. But bear in mind, they are all connected, so understanding 1 or 2 of them won't give you the full results. Understanding all 5 key principles is what will close the circle and allow you to propel forward in your journey. Let's begin. Principle 1. Intensity. Intensity is the spark that ignites the progress in your training. Working at maximum intensity is all about giving maximum effort and energy during your workouts. By incorporating high-intensity drills like explosive sprints, change of direction, and dynamic exercises, you're simulating the demands of a real game situation. This helps your body react swiftly and effectively on the field, giving you the edge when it counts. Intensity is not only about the physical aspect though, it's also about being intensely focused within your mind. Without full focus on what you're doing, getting that neural adaptation, which we will speak more later about in the video, is very hard because we constantly need to challenge what we already know to progress. Even though intensity is vital to your progress as a player, it's also of equal importance to know that intensity shouldn't always necessarily be high. There are periods of the year when intensity should be lower. For example, there might be a condensed period of many games in the space of just a few weeks, and you might need to preserve some energy to be able to perform at your maximum in those games. Hence why intensity in training may take on a lower priority. Over time, you will learn more and more about how to balance intensity within your sessions. But now that you know about the concept, it should be a bit easier to take decisions right after you watch this video. Principle 2. Load. While intensity refers to how hard you push your body in training, load refers more to the amount of work that you put your body through during training. An example could be doing a 1-hour session with a total of 50 repetitions versus a 2-hour session with a total of 100 repetitions. Then in session 2, there is double the amount of training load compared to session 1. Striking the right balance between pushing your limits and avoiding overexertion is the key. What you want to do is to gradually increase the load of your workouts by incorporating more challenging exercises, heavier weights, longer durations, or higher intensities. Proper load management ensures consistent progress while at the same time minimizing the risk of injury and burnout. It's the same thing as with intensity. Balancing your load throughout the year will ensure peak performance when it actually matters. Doing a 2-hour hard individual session in season doesn't make sense. Switching that workout and instead doing a 30 to 45 minute workout with moderate levels of intensity is a much wiser move. Balancing load and intensity is something clubs pay their physical staff loads of money for every season because of its importance. That just shows the value of proper load management when the world's best clubs invest so heavily into it. And that is also why it's something that you should really know and learn about as you move further and further into your career. Principle 3. Progressive overload. Progressive overload is the cornerstone of building both strength and skill. It involves gradually increasing the demands that we put on our body, i.e. the intensity and the load. As your body adapts to the current workload, you need to introduce new challenges to keep on making gains. For instance, you can progressively increase the weights that you lift, the repetitions you perform, or the difficulty of the drills. This principle ensures that your body and mind never settles into a comfort zone and continue to develop. I cannot state enough the importance of implementing progressive overload into one's training schedule. And it's the reason why so many players fail when trying to improve in different facets of the game. Training hard is good, but when you keep repeating the same thing over and over again, you will start to see diminishing returns. A tip is to keep track of what you're currently doing and always try to do a little bit more than that the next time. For example, this is something that I have done for the past 5 years with my gym and strength training. I've carried my phone with me in the gym, and after each set, I enter how many reps I performed in that set. Did I perform more reps? Did I lift more weight? Did I have less rest time? Or was there anything else that indicated of improvement? The same goes for the other way. If I see that I don't get any better over time, or I even get worse, then I know that something is wrong and I have to possibly tweak something within my life or my training schedule to keep on making progress. Principle 4. Adaptation. Adaptation is exactly what we're after when we're implementing progressive overload into our routines. Adaptation is your body's response to the stress of training. It's quite a remarkable process where your muscles, your cardiovascular system, and your neural pathways adjust to the demands that you place upon them. To ensure consistent growth, try to introduce some variety into your training routine. For example, you can switch up the exercise order, you can modify the reps and the sets, or you can switch up the intensity. This prevents your body from plateauing and forces it to continually adapt, leading to improved performance. If you struggle to see results within your training, and you can honestly say that you have been dedicating yourself to it for a sustained period of time, then what really is going on is that your body or your mind is struggling with the adaptation process for some reason. This is then something you want to identify as to why it happens. Most of the time, it's either one of two things. Firstly, are you performing the drills and the exercises consistently and with enough intensity and load to spark that adaptation? If the answer is yes to that question, then are you implementing progressive overload into your training? If the answer is yes to both of these questions, then maybe you want to start to look at the other end of that spectrum. The adaptation process actually doesn't occur when we train, it occurs when we don't train. When we are sleeping and resting, that is when our body and our mind build itself up to grow stronger and better than before. If you're constantly depriving yourself of enough rest and recovery, you won't see the adaptation that you want either. And that takes us to Principle 5. Recovery and regeneration techniques. Training doesn't end when you leave the field, it continues during your recovery. That is why you should prioritize rest, nutrition, and hydration to replenish your body's resources. Stretching, foam rolling, and other relaxation techniques also alleviate some tension in the muscles and help aid in the recovery process. Proper recovery ensures that you're consistently performing at your best, while also reduce the risk of injury and allows you to sustain peak performance. The big 3 key pillars that contribute to 95% of your recovery is how much qualitative sleep that you get each night, what you decide to put into your body nutrition-wise, and how well hydrated you stay throughout the day. Finding a balance between training and recovery can sometimes be really hard, and that is why I invest a lot into my recovery to help make that process a bit easier. I utilize some recovery tools to help aid in my recovery, but if it's one thing that have helped me to take informed decisions on my recovery in the last couple of years, it's really the Whoop strap. If you want to learn more about all of the recovery tools that I use on a daily basis, you can check them out in the links that I have in the description down below. Congratulations! Understanding these 5 training principles is a golden ticket to a higher performance out on the field. Remember, the magic happens not just during training, but also in how well you recover and in how consistently you manage to implement all these 5 principles. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss any valuable content that I put out in the future, and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the new content that I release. Keep training hard, keep raising the bar, and keep chasing your football dreams. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.